Leg lock defense, the Americana. I'll bleep out the, anyway. So when he has my ankle, right? Anyone that's kind of half adept at leg locking while he has my leg, one of the first things that we always learn is to push the foot off. And then at least what I learned was once the foot is off, now I'm kind of using my hands to place on the mat and shift over. And against a good leg locker, they'll either do what he just did, which is just switch to my other leg, because as I plant my hands and my feet to get over, now I'm just leaving that foot there, and then he can just swap as he needs to that other free leg. So rather than going over the foot, or also actually, the other thing that can happen is as you do this, they just bring their knee like really high towards your chest like this, and they go belly down as I go over. Yeah, now he's just driving his hips down and he's ripping my ankle apart because of me deciding to do that. So what we're gonna do here is instead of hipping over, I still need this off my hip. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the top of my partner's foot. This is not a good example. This is me grabbing somewhere near the ankle. He's trying to push and keep me away with this. So as he's actively stomping, if I just push, man, I'm putting a lot of pressure down. The lower I am on the body, the worse the push is. The higher up towards the end of the lever, the better. Meaning if I can literally, and my rule of thumb is cover the toes. I shouldn't be able to see his toes, and I will grip the top of the foot like it owes me lunch money. And then I'll start pushing the foot off, and it puts a little bit of pressure on the inside of my partner's knee. So while they're here, if I push actively, it doesn't do much, but if I can grip the top of the toes, we can peel off fairly easily. Now the next step is, as it's off, rather than hipping over and getting my hips over the foot and allowing him to switch legs or go belly down, what I'm gonna do is kind of counterintuitive. I'm gonna keep the foot in my hand and turn away from my leg. And the far foot, I'm gonna pull to my butt. So if we switch feet here, go ahead and grab my other foot. So he's here attacking. So step one and step two, I do at the exact same time. I cover the toes like it owes me lunch money. I grip, I push the foot off, and I turn away. And what this does is it makes it so that he can't go belly down. And now what I do is I pull my heel to my butt, my chest is turned away, and I'm using my far hand to help me push myself onto my shin. And now I can put my far foot on the mat. So now I'm not in actual danger of that ankle lock. So what we wanna do is, again, it seems counterintuitive. I need to turn away from my foot while I peel the foot off. And then I can't get up with my feet in front of me because I would have to try to drive through my own leg to get up. So I push this off, I pull my heel to my butt and I roll forward. Now I'm up. Now we can come here. Now we can start passing, doing long steps, back steps, high steps, all that good stuff. So my leg lock defense for straight ankle locks is always top of the foot, covering the toes. Here's too low. Cover the toes, and I grip and I squeeze the crap out of the top of their foot, because what it does is it puts a little bit of pressure on the inside of the knee. Boom, my heels to my butt, and I turn my chest away from the foot, and immediately it allows me to come up. And then once I'm up, now we can start looking to pass, counterattack, whatever we want to do. As long as my far foot is on the mat, he's not ankle locking me and putting pressure on. But if I do anything else, like hipping over the foot, like we are originally taught, it allows the bottom person to choose whether he wants to go belly down, switch legs, all that jazz. So for straight ankle locks, that's what I always do. 4 things like heel hooks. Once he grabs my heel, if you try to resist really hard while they're turning, it'll cause the actual heel hook to come on a lot faster. So usually it's a lot easier to turn with the heel. And in opposition now, I like to take the foot, intentionally reaping myself, pushing it down. And then from here, I basically pin my partner's foot to the mat, and I back step, and I kick the heel hook grip. And then I put my knee in their stomach. And once my knee is in their stomach, we can shoulder roll towards the legs. And now we're in a really high knee wedge here. And now as I pull my knee to my chest and I extend to my other leg, it starts to wedge his hips off the mat. And now I can take a long hook. Now we're in the truck, or I can finish the back take traditional style. So my preference, whether it's inside or outside heel hooks, I really like to turn with the heel hook initially. I like to roll, almost like roll with the punch to try to relieve as much damage as possible, especially when you're training. Just get used to being heel hooked so that you can get used to turning with it, slipping your heel out, and then looking for back takes. So again, and we'll do it on this side now. So He's got my leg wrapped, he bites on my heel. So as I turn away, same principle, initially turning away, I'm gonna push his foot almost down towards the bottom of my knee line as I turned away. I'm almost pinning his foot to the mat as I back up, and then I can put my hands down and I'll just kick the grip off. And then I put my knee in their stomach. And now I start shoulder rolling while I grab their legs. And now I'm in the big knee wedge. And as I pull my right leg in this scenario to my chest and I stomp my left one down towards the mat, it wedges my partner's hips into the air. And now you can stomp on the calf, take a long hook, lock it down, and I can search for this far shoulder and then pull him. And now we're in regular back control, hunting and attacking, okay? When we're in the honey hole position where he's sitting on the outside and this outside leg's over the top. So when you're here and he's looking for inside heel hooks, my first thing is, again, turning my chest away and moving my butt closer to his butt, making it harder to dig that initial heel hook out. From there, as I build up, I'm trying to clear my knee line. And now again, guess what? I'm back stepping, knee in the stomach, and now I'm shoulder rolling again. And again, I'm in this knee wedge, where as I extend and I pull my knee to my chest, I'm setting up a long hook so I can lock down, catch the foot, I can do calf slicers, crotch rippers, or I can attack the back from there. So if you see that common theme, that common principle, on almost all leg locks, I really like to try to turn my chest away while I manipulate their feet so that I can either stand up for the straight ankle lock, or if it's a heel hook, so I can turn, kick, and then find that rolling back take, that knee wedge style back take. So that's it for the leg lock defense. All right, now fuck Americanas. I think they're so fucking stupid. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna be here, he's gonna be in side control on this side. So the reason that I don't like them, one, if you don't pin the far arm, people can just like push on your armpit and like ruin the position. Even if you do pin the far arm or the near side arm, it doesn't really matter. People can always, if you have a bad grip, they'll punch straight. If you have like if you have a grip that's good and I can't punch straight, I can literally slide downwards as I punch my arm up. And I've met so many people, and I've been in the top person's position here where I'm way bigger than the person on bottom and I'm trying to finish this, and they'll just slide down and slightly turn towards me, and it'll always expose the mount, which is something that you should keep in mind, but it always lets me get out of this position. So anytime people grab this and I don't feel like just like pushing on their elbow and removing my arm, especially I do this to like newer white belts so they get used to combining techniques, is as they start to apply the Americana, I'll just slide my feet down like a forward shrimp. So go ahead and start applying it. As he applies it, I extend and I hope that they go to mount. And now he has an arm bar on this far side too, if they could slide around the corner with his left leg and then keep sliding up into high mount and do all the attacks. Yeah, because if he tried to do it from mount, I would expose it the same way. Yes, so now he's on this arm bar. So it seems to be the case that, and if you watched my other video where I talked about how much I disliked Americanas, it seems to be the case that if you're talking about the submission by itself, it's really stupid, which is why I don't like the submission, and they're so easy to escape because you can just punch up as you slide down. But when you're in side control, it exposes mount. And when you're in mount, it exposes either your back or that arm bar. So fuck Americanas.